Welcome to my show. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure you ring that bell twice. Okay, enjoy the show. This is going to be another quick one, so make sure you hit that like button before it's over. And it's going to be over real quick. All right, so why does she want to be a social worker? Well, the answer is simple. In order to understand it, I want you to picture like a little ghetto girl, maybe say 5, 6 years old, right? Now, those of you who grew up there or have some understanding will know that it is a complete and total matriarchy. It's ran by women, for women. The government provisions is given to the women. The only men that are there are either the mailman delivering something, the police officer coming to arrest some pookie or some crap like that, but there isn't, in the ghetto, a kid can go maybe I'd say like 6 weeks without seeing a active functioning man. Period. It is a complete and total matriarchy, and that's why it's so backwards and messed up. Now, picture this from the little girl's point of view. Every ghetto Roachfield apartment is her queendom, is the mother's queendom. She viewed the mother as a queen and the herself as a princess, who one day will be a queen herself. She is raised in a matriarchy, and she is raised to be a matriarch. No one questions mama. There's no daddy around. There's no one to overrule her authority. There's no one to check her authority. She's in the system, so she's not working, meaning she don't have a boss or anything. She answers to no one at all, until that social worker come by. Once that social worker comes by, that whole mama is God thing goes out the window. It's no longer this deity that sits on a throne and gives command from the comfort of her couch while she watches reality TV shows, Real Housewives of whatever. That whole image is gone. Now she's barking commands to you in order to appease the social worker. She's telling you to make sure that the place is up to par, up to code. Because the social worker is the true authority in the ghetto. You just seen your image of goddess, taken down. A whole peg! And you stuck with that in your head. It's kind of like when Loki said, "Is this the greatest power in the universe?" From that point of view, it is the greatest power in the universe. The social worker has the greatest power in the universe. Because when you're that age, and to some people, even when they're older and adults and things like that, the ghetto is the universe. That is their universe. So this little girl says, you know something? There is a greater power than even single motherhood. And I know that just will blow, a project person's mind. Like, oh, wow, greater power than single motherhood? Yes, the person that the single mother answers to is the social worker. That's it. That's all, period. So she wants to get into that power. She wants to hone it. She wants to harness it. She wants to be the one to where when she goes into the ghetto, everybody fixes themselves up. The women put on their best wig and, their best girdles, their best muumuus. They even brush their teeth that day. They want to be that. They want to be the woman that the ghetto mamas turn on their white voice for. They want that. That is their goal. Every time, almost. I would say maybe 8 times out of 10. You ask a B-dub, what does she major in? She will always say social work. I want to be a social worker. Also, I'm going to get my sociology degree or broadcasting, but that's That's rare too. Or what is it? Probation officer, and that's a whole nother thing. But that one is just like overt and obvious. They just want semi authority over a brother. Let's just call him a brother for the sake of the algorithm. And maybe I'll do a separate video on that. But back to the social worker. So they all major in sociology. Now they all don't become social workers. Most of them will become something else because there are so many, black female graduates of that. And there are so few actual social work positions. In the end, there can be only few. So what do the rest do? Well, they find other jobs where they are in service because, let's face it, if they go into the system, the ghetto, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they might come across, they have to kiss the ring of the social worker, and that no longer sounds appealing to them. So they find work wherever they find it, but chances are they are answerable to someone. And they hate it. They hate it. They went to university to be the ultimate authority of someone of the ghetto or of ghetto people. And quite often enough, they find themselves, ironically enough, they find themselves in service to the very people that they wanted to have this ultimate authority over. How do you find yourself in service to them? Well, you either work direct, like, retail or something like that, or customer service or something like that, or you, what was the other one? Nonprofit. You take your sociology degree and then you go to a service that teaches young ghetto children how to become, violinists. Or no. How to play the harp. There's all sorts of useless government programs out there. So let's just say some do-gooder decided to open up a nonprofit and say, okay, I think that it will stop the violence and stop all the other problems in the community if they just knew how to play the harp. Because the Greeks played the harp and look at their society. Or Romans played the harp and look at their society. So I'm just going to introduce the harp to the ghetto and see what happens. It don't have to be a good idea. It just has to be an idea. And people will spend money on it and back it. So now it's your job to actually serve these people. You are trying to get their kids into the HARP program. You are at their mercy. If they don't get enough signatures to show that this program is getting momentum, you lose your job. You find yourself bowing down to the matriarchy of others. And they hate it. And a lot of brothers get the blowback from it. They get the residuals. They feel that, okay, I'm not an authority at work. I want to be an authority at home without being the ghetto single mother. So I am going to find the simpiest simp I can and be the ultimate authority over him. Now, this rarely works because simp-based relationships just don't work. It goes against a woman's nature. She eventually loses respect for you and she leaves you. And you'll go on continuing to be a simp, hoping that one day it'll work for you. It only works temporarily. But that is another story. All right, make sure you hit that like button if you already haven't. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and comment if you like. And this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.